Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in. So normally I do cover college basketball, the X's and O's, the strategy aspects of the game, go into the analytics side as well to go back and forth with what I'm seeing from an X's and O's play design. However, in an attempt to always grow, always learn, improve, just my knowledge base and see what other concepts are going on, I do also study the NBA. So I found myself studying a game last week, a week and a half ago, Spurs and Pistons in Detroit. The Spurs ended up winning. And what I wanted to show is some offensive concepts that the Spurs use that I thought were pretty powerful, and that I thought, if the spacing obviously is different in the professional and the college game, however, these concepts could definitely be modified and definitely applied in the college game. So I'll have some audio commentary you'll hear in tandem with what I'm seeing and I'm recorded on the court. And I hope you guys enjoy. And I look forward to hearing any feedback, positive or negative. Just trying to improve as much as I possibly can. Thanks. We are going to start with transition offense and a personal favorite action of mine of the double drag screen. What really makes this to me is a really subtle interchange on the strong side. That's the side nearest the ball handler. As you'll see, Tobias Harris, he has to sink a little bit down towards the baseline, which allows the ball handler to turn the corner with a little bit more space and allows the defense to really force to commit towards him, allowing a free lane for Pau to run. And the next transition action we're seeing here is what I'm classifying as a kick-up brush. Kick-up, which is a dribble drive motion terminology of a pitch back to a player on the perimeter going downhill. And look how the brush screen as well that Patty Mills sets causes the defense to slide a little bit, which gives a downhill player like DeMar DeRozan just that extra step and a half, which makes him even more lethal in his favorite range, which is the mid-range. And it wouldn't be a true Spurs breakdown unless we got some motion strong here. Pinch post variation, as you know, Pau Gasol was involved in triangle offense during his time with the Los Angeles Lakers. Shameless plug, triangle here is my favorite offense. One thing I love is how the double stagger actually turns into a pin down from one screener to another that Pau Gasol then uses to initiate a dribble handoff. Tons of movement, defense is sliding around over the place, and there are different options for scoring at different levels in this action. I love the zipper play here. Notice how the big man slips across screen, then takes a double front screen to go to the perimeter. Definitely love about this is the unique utilization of personnel, as it's a big man as we expect, starting the play closer to the basket, however leaks out to the perimeter. Also love how the defense here has to sink or rise. Instead of sinking from the perimeter down to the basket, it has to rise from the basket to the perimeter, causing a rather unique problem, giving the Spurs a great three-point shot. An action I wish I saw more of on the college level is the Chicago action. Chicago action is defined by a player typically starts in the corner, receives a pin down first before a dribble, a handoff. Love the hard dive Pau Gasol takes, and the movement from the corner causes the center covering Pau to actually overshift a little bit and overhelp the responsibility. Allows a passing lane for Pau Gasol. The pass is not quite there, the timing's a little off, but you can see the damage it can do when it stresses a specific spot on the perimeter and opens up to a hard rim run. The plays we've seen so far are great, but star players still need to get their number called. Here's a post-up opportunity for LaMarcus Aldridge. As you see, he doesn't quite like the initial setup, passes back out, resets, and will hit a fadeaway mid-range jumper. I absolutely love this because it has an inverted floppy, actually. Floppy is a double stagger to get a player open for three. Here, Popovich, knowing that LaMarcus Aldridge is most comfortable in the mid-range and the low block, actually inverts the screens to get him open on the other side of the court. And last but not least, some ball screen action against Detroit's drop coverage. Here you'll see Andre Drummond fall back on the pick and roll, standing in between the ball handler and the basket. Doesn't want the ball handler getting by him. This is great because LaMarcus Aldridge is a great mid-range shooter. Very comfortable shooting that at the top of the key. And our last play of the video takes us to a baby flare set by Pau to then a half roll. Half roll defined as not going fully to the basket, stopping midway. Obviously against the drop coverage, there is a definite zone where he can shoot a mid-range shot that he is very capable of hitting. However, Drummond does a great job of contesting the shot. Okay, that was my first video breakdown of what I'm noticing in the NBA that could definitely be translated to the college game. Please let me know what you thought or felt, positive or negative. Any feedback welcome. Just trying to get better and improve every day. And thank you so much for watching.